Hey, what's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew with Matt. Can we start that over? Okay, I screwed that one up, see? We got Matt Gifford here with MGP Coatings, and Matt, we haven't had you in for a while. We appreciate you sponsoring, being a part of what we got going on, being a loyal Wunk Posse member.
Yeah, what's up, North County?
Yeah,
good to be here. Good to be back
Morning Brew, we, all that stuff. We do everything.
All of it.
Yeah, see, I jacked that all up. Sorry, guys. God dang it, man. I know, you get into a rhythm.
Need more
right?
coffee.
I know, we started early this morning. We started early. So what's happening, man?
Oh, man, we 2025 is starting off to be a really good year for us. Like, I'm really excited for this coming year,
Well, you've been doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, you really came over here and absorbed into the Central Coast, into the North County, and with your product, I mean, obviously the product speaks for itself. It's a superior product above and beyond epoxies, which we'll get into. But I mean, as far as like your marketing scheme, you're like, hey, I'm involved in everything. Everything I can put my hand into, I'm into it.
Trying to.
Yeah, you really have.
Trying to really find the best things to be involved in for the community, not just for us, but for the community too. Like to learn about our community and become part of our community. So, and we've been really blessed, man. God is so good. It's been amazing.
Well, so Matt, tell me give me the comparison between Penntek and just your standard old roll-on epoxy.
So Penntek is the supplier.
Penntek is what you guys offer. That's your brand.
Yep, Penntek is the material that we put down. And it's a polyurea based product. We have a primer system for moisture issues that we have in different concrete products. And then we put down our chip system. We're working on a couple new systems. We're working on some really cool metallic looking systems that we've been playing with in our cage area on our concrete. And then we also just put down a quartz system to be able to show our customers, which is really, really cool and really pretty. It's more of like for pool decks, because it's quartz. It's ground up quartz, little pebbles, looks like sand, but it's all colored. So we did aqua. The guys will be finishing it today. We got the 2 coats down yesterday, and they'll be scraping it and putting down the clear coat on it today. So that way we can show people, because it's where we park our trailer, but that way we can show the durability of it, pulling in and out our 16-foot trailer, when we have our 900-pound grinder in there and everything. But, not only just for the customers, but for us. Like, we want to make sure that it's durable, and what we're saying, holds true. That's why we did our whole shop floor too, and it's been over a year, and then that thing has held up so good. People come over and they love looking at it. The shop has been a huge blessing for us. We got a lot of different samples, and like I said, we're kind of moving into a little bit more of the commercial realm this year. We got a couple commercial projects coming up, and I'm going to look at a couple industrial warehouses today. So.
And you just got a big contract too.
We did. I don't know if I would call it a contract, but we started helping out the Atascadero Zoo, and we're partnering with them, and I'm really excited for the sponsorship opportunities that we're going to have to partner with our local zoo, which is even cooler because we just live right around the corner from it. Mm-hmm. So every time my kids and my grandkids are here, we always go over to the zoo and we go walk around. But whenever we do projects, we've become really familiar with the zoo, and Dr. Cynthia and Crystal and just everybody over at the zoo. It's been an amazing process. So
well, you were a transplant, right? Mm-hmm. But you rooted in. You sunk in. You went all in, not just dipping your foot in the North County pool. You jumped all in a year ago, right?
We did, yeah. It's been a little bit over a year, and that's one of the things that my sister Annie reminds me of all the time, because I'm always looking at everything, and I'm like, man, this is all we've done. And she's like, it's only been a year. Look at all that you've done in a year. For being new to the area and nobody knowing us, and this being such a small community, I think we've got over 38 5-star reviews, and Google's been messing with us. I know we've got more than that. I've been reaching out to some customers, and they've been letting me know, I left you a great review, man, and Google's not posting them for some reason, so I'm fighting with them to kind of try and see where we're actually really at. But yeah, I think we've done close to 50 projects since we've been here, which is pretty good for moving to a new area and being unknown, so.
And with the MGP, you're not only, you're kind of starting to dip into what you have been doing for the last several years, which is painting, right? So you're doing a little bit of painting over here as well.
Yep. Yeah, we're actually kicking around the idea about starting a dedicated painting crew because we are getting a lot of calls for painting. And I want to be able to have our concrete crew dedicated just to the concrete.
And not doing both.
Not doing both. Both of my guys, my son and my nephew. My nephew's been with me since I started my company, or went legit with my company back in 2019. So he can paint anything. He's amazing. He's great help when it comes to it. But he's also really mastered the concrete floors too, and so has my son. And so we're the idea about it, kind of looking at how busy we are with the concrete versus the painting. I want to say probably last year we were probably 60-40, with the painting being a little bit more than the concrete.
But overall, even including where you're from over in the valley, or are you just saying
just over here? Like
just
I'm looking
Central
at over
Coast?
here. Yeah, over in the valley, all we do is the painting.
Okay.
So that's a dedicated painting crew over there. I have brought them over here for a couple big projects that we've done. But yeah, no, they're up and running for the first of the year, and they're doing their thing over there and doing really good over there too. Shout out to Jared if you're watching, and my son RJ and Daniel and Brian.
Get to work.
Yeah, get to work. Stop watch. Listen to it. Don't watch it.
Yeah. Put in your iPods.
Yeah, but happy birthday, RJ. Today's one of my son's birthdays.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. No, they're doing a really good job over there. So yeah, it's been a huge blessing.
So what's the typical call? Are they just kind of, tire kickers? Are they ready to rock and roll? What do you find when you go out into the field and when somebody calls you up?
For the last year, it's been kind of tire kickers, like people just kind of having no idea what they want. I would say over the past 2.5, 3 months, most people that are making the calls or setting the appointments know that they want some kind of coating. They just don't have the education of the difference between epoxy and the polyurea products. And there's, multiple people around here that do different coatings. So, we're playing the game of, checking our prices and making sure that we're giving people fair prices. I'm not looking to get rich, but I want to be able to pay my guys and pay my bills and give people a superior product.
Are you getting what kind of response are you getting from your clients that maybe has had a resin type base before? Because you can go in there and chip that stuff out, right?
Yeah, we grind it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes a huge mess. Epoxy is really fun to take off.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of epoxy removal projects where the epoxy has started to delaminate from the concrete. That's a lot of the calls that we get, is they know they want a coating and they're like, hey, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, we had this coating put down. Like, I don't want to have to do it again. Like, what can you offer us? And, with Penntek, it comes with a limited lifetime warranty backed by the manufacturer. So if it ever does start to delaminate or discolor, it's covered by the manufacturer. So that's one of the best warranties out there that I found.
How does somebody kind of go from I assume it's still pretty expensive to do the epoxy or something like that, right? Somebody coming in to do it?
Yeah.
But how does somebody not be gun shy to go be like, what's the difference between your product and what we already tried and that they sold us on?
I think the biggest thing is just the educational part of it, is knowing what product is being put down, knowing the longevity of it, asking those questions of what kind of a warranty do you offer. I've never done epoxy, so I have no idea if they have a warranty or if, I don't know what other epoxy dealers are offering. I just know for our product, I'm very, very well versed in it.
Could you guys, everybody that works for you, anybody yourself, you guys have training. You go back to the main hub.
Yeah.
Anybody that comes on, you send them back for a week-long training?
I don't send everybody. Like my guys right now, they're not actual certified.
Okay.
We do have to have a certified installer on staff at all time to be able to buy the Penntek material. You can't just go online and buy it. Which makes sense, because if you're going to offer a lifetime warranty, you don't want just any Joe Schmo going out and throwing it on the concrete and then a year
It's
later
not do it yourself
fails.
deal.
Yeah, because it's just like painting. It's all about the prep work. It's all about you know, how you grind the concrete, how you patch the cracks and the holes, and how you fix everything, and how clean it is before you put down your product, you know. And over the last year, you know, I'm not gonna lie, we've had a couple warranty claims that we've had to go back and fix, or we still have on the schedule to go back and fix. And one of the really cool things about Penntek is they have a dedicated tech team. So we can call them at any time. There's 3 different guys that work there, and they all have the same numbers. So if we run into a problem, we call, one of them will pick up the phone, and, you know, we take pictures, we put it in a file, we send it to them, they look at it. If it's something that they're even baffled by, then they go, and Penntek actually has chemists right next to their manufacturing plant, so they go and they talk to the chemists, and they say, hey, this is the problem that we ran into. What do you think could have caused this problem? This is the pictures that he sent. This is, you know, we have all the before and after pictures. You know, we talked them through the project, and then they come up with a solution for us.
So these problems that you, even though they're limited, have you kind of pinpointed like what they are or why it's happening? Are they all relatively the same?
It's usually installer error.
Installer error.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had one where we put down the garage, and it was a big, beautiful garage, and just around the edges, the product never cured, it seemed like. The chips started kind of coming off, and when I called the tech team and talked to them, they said that it was probably because we weren't mixing the product all the way, not giving it enough mix time, or when we were pouring it out of our buckets and putting it down, when we pour it into the buckets out of the 5-gallon jugs, you know, you get that kind of drip on the side of the product. And so they were like, hey, you know, it's probably from not being mixed all the way. You know, so we have to go back, we have to patch it. But that is one of the bigger benefits of the polyurea versus the epoxy too, is we can actually patch our products. So if you ever do cracks,
you can just like take that one little piece out, or
we can take that piece out, and we can kind of blend it in. And, you know, the top coat will look a little bit different because it's old versus new. It's just like if you paint a house, even if you have the exact same paint and you go in a year later and you try and, you know, touch it up, it's going to look different because it's, you know, brand new versus the older stuff. But we do really good at blending it in. Cracks are one of the only things that's not covered by our warranty, because concrete does what it's going to do, and it continues to move. And, you know, especially here in California, like, we haven't really had any rain yet this year, and I just keep waiting for it to start raining and not stop, you know, or we get the earthquakes. But we have had one customer that we did her back porch for, and she had a crack that came back, and, you know, she knew it wasn't covered, and she was like, I'll pay you, just come back and fix it so that way it looks good, you know. And we didn't charge her. She was an amazing customer. We went back, and because it was a learning experience for us too, we wanted to see what it was like to, you know, patch a crack that had come back. And we went back, and she swears she can't see it at all, you know, and that makes us happy. We want our customers to be happy. We want to take care of everybody. You know, it's like I tell my guys, do it like it was your house, you know, and not like the cheap way.
Right. Like, yeah. Not cutting corners because you don't have enough money.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and it's been a fun learning curve over the last year. You know, we've incorporated some new tools, some new tricks. You know, Penntek's constantly doing research on how to make it better, how to, you know, if there's a better way to do the process. And they actually have a program now where they send out one of their techs, and they spend 3 days with us. And when they spend that time with us, then they'll certify my guys too. So we're on the books to have them come out, and, you know, they spend a day in the, what do they call it, classroom, going over kind of all the do's and don'ts and everything, and then they go out on 2 jobs with us and make sure that we're, you know, doing everything up to the standards, and then they certify my guys, so then that way they'll be certified too.
Very cool. What kind of prep work goes into, like, before you even lay down the goods?
So we come in and we grind everything. We've been doing a lot of outdoor projects lately, a lot of porches and patios. Like today, my guys are in a Tascadero and they're doing a small front porch. The concrete was pretty ate up, you know. You could see where all the water had dripped off where they didn't have gutters before, and so the concrete, you know, you could kind of see all the discoloration and everything. Yep. They had some on their front step where it was all kind of ate up from people walking in and tripping over it and whatever, just years of abuse. And that's one of the things that I feel like we have gotten really good at, and it's one of the things I really enjoy doing, is when a garage is really messed up, especially around like the joints. We've gotten really good at patching those and making them like you can't see it when we're done. You know, we have customers that come out and they're like, "Oh, you can't even see the damage anymore," and I'm like, "Yes." So yeah, we come out, we grind all of the concrete, and then we clean everything really good. We use HEPA vacuums hooked up to almost all of our grinders to keep the dust down to as low as possible as we can. We use hand grinders for around the edges, or if we're doing smaller projects where we can't get our big grinder in. And we vacuum everything. We make sure the concrete's really, really clean. And then if there's cracks or repairs, then we actually take a V-blade and we open up the cracks and make them a little bit bigger. We pour in our patching compound, which really kind of reminds me of like Bondo. Like you mix it, everything we do is a 2-part mix, but it looks like Bondo. It goes on black and then it dries gray, but it's a polyurea type based product too, so it has some flex to it. But we pour it down into those cracks and we patch them, and then we grind them back down smooth when it's dry. And then we put down our base coat, and we throw a ton of chips because we want 100% chip coverage. And then we have to give it about 2 hours to cure. A little bit longer right now when it's cold. Like we've been, instead of 1-day projects, it's been becoming 2 because it's taking longer with the cold.
So you're saying, so I'm thinking in my mind that this is sounding like it takes quite a few days, but you're saying like 2 days.
2 days. 2
Wow.
days. I mean, a 2-car garage we can knock out in a day. 3-car garage if there's not a lot of repairs. The repairs take some time. We spend a lot of time doing the repairs and the expansion joints. Like we spend a lot of time on the expansion joints, making sure that they're nice and clean, that they look good, so that way when we put down our coatings, you walk into your garage and you've got those nice clean lines, you know, so everything's nice and rounded. We buy a lot of duct tape. We found this really cool duct tape that's like a 30-day no residue stick, and it's amazing for the concrete. It sticks so good to it, and so we can build up little dams, and then we pour in our compound and we kind of reshape everything. That's one of my favorite things to do is the repairs, to go in and just really try and make everything look great again. I mean, that's
your slogan.
It's part of our slogan, and it's really what we try and do, you know, is I love the more messed up a project is before we start, the happier I am at the end when my customer walks out and they look at it and they're like, dang, dude, look at that. You know?
Well, because you got some old houses around here that, I mean, especially when you get over onto the coast.
Yeah.
You get out into like the rural, you know, Templeton, Creston, Atascadero area, where these homes were built, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago with no, you know, addressing or no attention to their concrete in that amount of time in this concrete.
Right.
I mean, it's gotten down to the sand almost.
Yeah, we've done some pretty jacked up concrete. You know, Cayucas has we've done quite a few projects over there now. We just did another one in Cambria. The customer was super happy, which it was a crazy job because it was like, I love all these communities where it's like 1 minute you're at the beach and then all of a sudden you're in the mountains.
Right.
You know, and when I went and I bid this guy's house, it was like up this dirt road, up this mountain, and his driveway drops back to his house. And I was like, I took pictures and I told my son, I go, I don't know where we're going to put the trailer. I don't know how we're going to get our 900-pound grinder out of the trailer and get it into his garage, which that wasn't a problem. Getting the grinder back into the trailer was super fun. I ended up having to go up the road, turn around, come back down. So our trailer was down, you know, facing down. So that way we could kind of get a running start with the grinder.
I hope it stops.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh man, you get in front, I'll get in behind. And you know,
Who was fighting for the front one?
I think I took the front. Yeah. So I was in the trailer. Yeah.
Like if you get
we've got a big wheel attachment that we bought for our grinder. So it makes it a lot easier to move than when we first started. One of the little tips and tricks, you know.
What about one of those things that like they use it like car lots with the cars? You know, they're motorized.
We had the newer grinders I heard have motorized wheels on the back, which I'm like, well, that would have been freaking fantastic, dude.
Right.
And we used to have a winch in the trailer where we would pull the grinder in, but it's really hard to mount a winch to the grinder when you're coming up a slope because the wire wants to drag on it and you're trying to hold it up so it's not dragging and the winch is trying to pull it down in the front.
Yeah.
And so when we found that wheel attachment for it, we got rid of the winch because the winches are, I mean, they're kind of dangerous too. I mean, when you're pulling up 1,000 pounds.
Snap back.
Yeah, we snapped the first one that we put in. We bought it at one of the cheaper hardware stores.
Right.
And the, you know, it was supposed to be a 3,500-pound winch, and we snapped that line the first time we were trying to put it in, and that line went flying by one of my guys, and I was like, take it out.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that could have killed you.
Oh
Like,
yeah, those are decapitators.
yeah. So we went and bought a bigger one after that, and it worked for a little while. But finding that big wheel was a game changer for us. So now it's just learning how to get into some of these driveways. Everybody around here has a crazy driveway, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're deep. They're angled. I mean, they don't give enough forgiveness of big vehicles, you know, and trailers.
No.
So.
No, and we've got a big trailer. We've got a 16-foot trailer. So, you know, when I go look at a job, it's one of the things I'm always constantly looking at too, is like, where are we going to put this? Where's it going to be safe for us? We prefer to back in the driveway and put the trailer right next to the garage, because we mix all of our material in our trailer, because if we spill it in your driveway, like, it's not coming out. You know, we're going to end up having to coat your driveway, you know. So we do all of our mixing in the trailer. But yeah, no, my guys have they've gotten really good at it. You know, dropped them off to do a garage yesterday, and they, you know, went to town on it. Another one, that one was here in Templeton. Actually, we started it Monday, and it was a 3-car garage, and he had a lot of repairs. And so we got all the prep work done, and then we got it based and chipped, and then we went back yesterday morning and scraped it and top coated it, and so gave it that extra time to really dry, so that way we were able to get a really good scrape on it.
So I'm envisioning, like, and this might be something that you guys already do, but like, houses sell so much to where, like, you can partner up with a realtor, you could partner up somehow, some way to already have this, like, option given to the home buyer, the new home purchaser,
Right.
that says, hey, yeah, I want my garage done before we start putting everything into it. Have you ever thought about anything like that?
We get a lot of calls, especially over in San Luis for like Avila Ranch and San Luis Ranch, where people, like, I just got a request yesterday, and it's, the superintendents know us over there, and so they give out our cards to people that are looking to get it done, and they'll call us and they'll be like, hey, this is when I'm getting my keys. You know, can we get you scheduled? We really want this done before we move in. We did a gentleman's over there named Doug. He was a great guy. We actually ended up doing a lot of painting in his house for him too, before he moved in. So we went in and we've got the whole box package. You know, we did the painting, then we did the garage floor, then we painted the garage, you know, and then he moved in, you know, and everything was just kind of a seamless flow. And we can do it however people want to do it. You know, it's like I tell people whenever we're doing paint jobs, you know, we'll start in whatever room you want. Or if we're doing a big concrete job, we just did one up in Heritage Ranch. It was a porch, came out beautiful, and it's going to be a 3-part project, maybe a 4-part project, because their whole outside of their house is concrete. Everything around both sides of their house. So we did the side that they hang out on. They've got like an outdoor TV. It's like, you know, they host Super Bowl parties. Like, everybody in the neighborhood comes to their house. He's getting ready to retire. So he was like, I want my concrete fixed. They'd had concrete poured at different times, so everything looked different. You know, they had a tree in one spot that, you know, they had taken out, and then they had it patched with concrete. And so we went in and, you know, we spent a lot of time kind of leveling everything out the best that we could and patching it to make it all look nice and even. He's got a beautiful outdoor barbecue, and they just do a lot of hosting stuff. And they were like, oh yeah, so this is going to be, you know, we're going to do the other side of the house on the next time. You know, but we've got to move all of our stuff now. They've got all their toys. Everybody up there's got boats and, you know, jet skis.
Heritage Ranch, man.
Motorcycles.
Right.
And, you know, it's cool own little community.
Disneyland of the North County.
Yeah. And we've done one other small project over there, but yeah, they were great people too. And they were just super happy about it. And, you know, I texted him the other day and I said, hey, I was just curious, you know, did you guys get everything moved back in this weekend? And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, my wife's been busy. And he sent me a video walking around with everything all set up. They've got the outdoor couches. They've got the big, you know, aluminum overhang, so it doesn't matter what the weather is. They can sit out on their porch. They've got the, you know, little fire things, and just a really, really nice setup, you know.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, no, they said that we'll come back and we'll do the other side of the house, and then we'll come back and we'll do their driveway. So it was kind of cool. We even put our own little cut lines in it, like where his gate closed, where we stopped the project, because he didn't have like a stopping point or an expansion joint. So we said, hey, how about we just snap a line, and then we'll use our concrete saw and we'll cut a line right there, and we'll stop it right underneath the gate, and then that way whenever we do the driveway, that'll be our starting point for the rest of the driveway. And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. And I was like, all right, cool, because I didn't know how else to stop it.
So Matt, when I think about all this stuff, I'm thinking about being on concrete as a kid around the water, and being the slippery dippery dupe, and smash my head, type stuff.
So anything you put on concrete can be slippery still when it's wet. It doesn't matter what people tell you, anti-slip, whatever. Our regular coatings have a natural slip resistance to them because they're a polymer paint chip. So, we scrape them down smooth, but when we put our top coat on there, it encapsulates the chips, but it still gives you a little bit of a slip resistance. So that's what we do in garages. Anytime we do any kind of outdoor project, porches, front porch, back porch, driveway, we add a silica sand to it. That's a small silica sand to give it a little bit more of a grip.
Bit more grip.
Or if, like we did a lady's garage in Cayucas, she was older. She had actually slipped and fell the day that we had went to go bid her house in her garage. And I told her, if you don't mind, I'd like to put a little bit of this slip additive in your garage for you just to make it a little bit safer for you, And she was like, oh yeah, that would be great. When we do pool decks, we get really aggressive with how much we put in. We've got another silica sand that's a lot more aggressive. It's called Gator Bite. And we put a lot of it in there because I would rather you lose some skin on your toes running around the pool, because nothing's going to stop kids from running around the pool.
Right.
Nothing. And nothing's going to stop it from being slippery. But we do the best that we can to make it as slip resistant as we possibly can. So pretty cool. Anytime we do outdoor projects, we always add a silica sand to it, one way or another.
Gotcha. Now, what about like job size? I mean, obviously you've done, massive, 3-car garages, the driveways. What about if somebody just called you for the stair steps or the porch, as you lead into their house? I mean,
yeah, we'll do whatever.
No job too small, too big?
No job too small, too big. Just depends on how long it's going to take. So we recently got connected with a local contractor, and I believe that we're going to be doing a floor. I think he's signing the contract today. I don't want to speak too much about it, but at San Luis Sourdough. So pretty excited to kind of move into that commercial realm. We've got different coatings for different things, and this one's called a shop floor system. So it actually is our base coat, and instead of throwing chips, we actually throw a heavier silica sand, and then we tint the top coat to match whatever base coat color that we're doing. So that way it just gives it that kind of solid color floor. But they need it for their employees because it's where they come in, they wash their hands, they've got all the floor drains and everything, and we're matching an existing coating that's in another part of the warehouse over there. So I'm excited to do that one. I think we're going to be doing that one next week. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
So I hear a lot of chips. Is there an option for somebody to not have chips and have it clear and have like some their big Raider sign decal or something like that that's fixed underneath the material?
We can do logos on or off of the chip system. Like I said, we've been playing with the new metallic system. We've got a clear coat that looks like the polished concrete, but it's not polished. It looks like that forever. You don't ever have to polish it again. So for people that are looking for that polished concrete look, but they want to save money, because I don't know how much it costs to go out and polish concrete, but you constantly have to do it. So over time, it saves you money to put down our clear coat. We call it grind and clear. And then, like I said, we have the shop floor system, which is a solid color system that we can put down. And then we have the new metallic systems, which we've been playing with. And those are pretty cool. We put down 3 different colors in our shop. We put down a mocha, a bronze, and a black. It was called Midnight. And the black actually looks like almost like a really deep bluish black. Like it kind of tricks your eyes depending on what's around it, like what your colors are around it. So we've been playing with those ones. Those ones look really cool. We've also I'm hoping that we're also going to be doing our first tasting room at a winery. So that one should be fun too.
So all the tasting rooms, they have that polish, that
They
glazy entrance and all that. Some of them are putting their wine logo,
Yep.
into the entrance and really looking luxurious.
And we can do custom colors. So if somebody comes in and they've got specific colors for their logo, I mean, we did your guys' trailer door, and we were able to. Unfortunately, it looks like Rams colors. So we've got a little bit of. Oh, sorry, Eric. Sorry. We've got some chips left of that. But yeah, no, we can do custom colors to match people's logos. Takes a little bit longer to get the material because we have to figure out the right color combo to make sure that it matches. And we always want to make a sample to show the customer, to have them sign off on it and be like, yeah, that's what we want to do. So we do a lot of stuff in our shop where we're making samples all the time and just trying to incorporate new things and, whatever we can do to make people happy.
So you make them a sample so that way you can hand it to them and say, this is what it's going to look like. Huh.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, all of the chips, no matter whether you're doing epoxy, no matter what, the chips all come from the same manufacturer. There's one manufacturer that does chips, Torganol. That's where they go. And when people really want to go down the wormhole, I'll tell them, hey, you can go on their website and you can look at all their colors, but they have thousands of colors. So it's a lot easier for me, especially coming from the painting realm, to kind of have somebody give me their logo or their colors, and then I can go through and I can, send it to my tech team, and I'll be like, hey, this is what I was thinking. What do you guys think for the Torganol blend? And then Torganol will send us a sample of the chips that we can make the sample boards with before we have to buy them. Because you obviously don't want to try and order somebody a box of, or a couple boxes of, specialized chips, and then them go, oh, that's not the right colors.
Right.
Because then we're stuck with the chips, So they send us little samples that we can make different boards with, so that way we can show people real time, like what it's going to look like, once we put it down. So Torganol's been pretty cool. Penntek is great with working with us. They're one of the ones that I think I sent your guys' logo to, and I told them, hey, this is what I was thinking. What do you guys think? And they go, yeah, I think that'll be a pretty good match. So.
And Penntek, you are the only dealer, provider, installer of Penntek in this area.
In this area, yes. There's another Penntek dealer that lives in Arroyo Grande, ACD, and he's become a really good friend and a mentor in some senses because he's been doing it for a little bit longer than I have. So he's taught us a lot of tips and tricks too of things that he's learned. But it's great because having another local dealer like that, if I have a job come up and my shipment hasn't come in yet, I can call him and be like, hey, do you have any extra of this? And he does the same thing with me. Hey, I need a couple boxes of these chips. Do you have them? Even Steve Holloway over in Kern County, Bakersfield, his guy Elias has called me a couple times and said, hey, do you have any extra of this? Our shipment got pushed back, I'll send a guy to pick it up right now, and then I'll bring it back to you when we get our stuff. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, So it really is a dealer network, which is really different from any other kind of construction that I've ever worked in, because dealers or other contractors are usually fighting each other for the work.
Right.
And with Penntek being a dealer network, we all work together. They have specific websites that are just for installers. They have a specific website that's just for sales, and people are always sharing different stuff. And it's really is a cool network of people.
So if somebody wants to reach out to you, where would they go? Would they go to your website? Do they give you a call? Do you talk in person? Does it go to an operator?
Yes, sir. Any and all.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is probably our website, which we're going to be making some changes to coming up here soon. But yeah, our website, mattgiffordpainting.com. There's a bid request sheet on there. Our Facebook page, MGP Coatings, Instagram, MGP Coatings. We've got a YouTube now, MGP Coatings, or you can just give me a call at 805-952-5301.
And what does 2025 look for MGP Coatings?
Like I said, I think it's looking really blessed. Like, we've started off really, really good. We're really watching the weather right now because, like I said, we've been getting a lot of requests for outdoor projects, and so it's like, when you're booking 3 to 4 weeks out, it's kind of hard to see what the weather's supposed to be then, and people don't want to put their money up. We're standard like everybody else, every other contractor, 10% down to get on our schedule. And, you know, we have to just really watch the weather to make sure that, you know, it's not going to affect our products when we're putting them down. We definitely don't want rain. You know, we did a small porch in a Tascadero, and there was no rain in the forecast for days. And as soon as we were done, like 5 hours later, it rained, like poured for like 5 minutes. And the customer called and he was like, "Hey man, is this going to be okay?" And I said, let me call my tech team, dude. 'Cause
I don't know.
I was freaking out too.
Oh no.
But our product is rain ready in a couple hours if it's not days of rain.
Right.
So I went back over the following day and just kind of double checked everything, you know, especially where his gutters were, to make sure that it didn't mess with the top coat. And that, you know, 5 minutes of rain didn't do anything to it. So, you know, I was like, okay, whew, all right, we're good, you know.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, no, it's just a weather game right now. So garages, doesn't matter if it's raining, we put up tarps. We, like I said, we try and back our trailer up to it, and you know, we'll find a way to still do your garage. As long as your garage isn't sloped and all the water's running into it, we can still do it no matter what. So.
And I'm assuming you're going to be probably people, you know, going around to these different home shows and stuff like that. You're going to be probably at some of those that are going to be coming up here in the next few months.
We're looking forward right now to, we're really looking at what worked for us last year and what didn't. Because last year, like you said, we came in hot and heavy because nobody knew us. So we were doing everything we could. We were spending a ton of money on advertising just to get our name in front of people. And now I really feel like we've done enough jobs where the word of mouth and, you know, the relationship with people has really benefited us. So I'm really kind of trying to dial in my advertising of what has worked and what isn't. But yeah, no, we're probably going to do the expo at the expo again this year at the Madonna Inn. We had a lot of fun there last year, met a lot of really cool people and other local businesses.
Those type of events are always fun.
The Sheriff's Rodeo, you know, we really want to sponsor all the local rodeo stuff that's going on, because those are all good people, you know, and great events for the locals. So, and then of course the chambers, you know, we love being a part of a Tascadero chamber, Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo. And we're kind of looking at if we, like, what we take advantage of being a chamber member. Like, I don't think I've been to one Paso Robles chamber event. It seems like every time they have an event, either in Paso Robles or SLO, I've been to a couple in SLO, but it seems like every time they have a chamber event, we end up working late that day trying to finish a project, and I get home like right as it's starting, and I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way over there, you know. At Tascadero, it's our hometown, so we always want to be a part of the chamber here and, you know, doing all of our stuff. But I've enjoyed being a part of all of the chambers and just getting to know people. So we're just really trying to dial it in and be smart this year about, you know, what we're spending, and we want to be able to sponsor the local events that matter. I don't want to say that others don't matter, but, you know,
I get you.
the ones that are kind of nearer and dearer to our hearts. So.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, we appreciate you here and being a part of What's Up North County. You know, we're talking about advertising. We appreciate you being a part and being on this journey with us.
Yeah.
You know, and your loyalty and your, you know, What's Up North County Wonk Posse members.
Yeah.
So, you know, we dig that, and we love the engagement. And like I said, you know, you coming on telling us about this, I mean, it's like, it wasn't a hard conversation. It was very, you know, entertaining and energized.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, we appreciate it. MGP Coatings.
we try and bring that to, you know, to every customer. You know, we don't want to just go and do the job. Like, we want to go and make you family. You know, like, we want that connection. We want you to call us back and be like, man, it's been a year and my porch still looks so good. Like, you know, we did a big pool deck in Arroyo Grande, and they became really, really good friends of ours, you know, and I still talk to them quite a bit. Like I said, the lady that we did her first big porch for, which we're not in the Arroyo Grande area anymore, but, you know, those were some of our first projects, and she calls us all the time for every little project that she has and everything she needs help with. And, you know, sometimes she wants me to go to Hawaii to do her house, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to Hawaii, you know.
Nice.
I said, there's a dealer over there. I said, I don't think I could get my equipment over there. But
nice.
That's the kind of relationship we want with people. Like, we want them to be happy, and we want them to want us to come back, you know, or to still communicate with us.
Very cool. One last time, Matt, how does somebody reach you?
MattGiffordPainting.com, MGP Coatings on Facebook, MGP Coatings on Instagram, MGP Coatings on YouTube, or 805-952-5301.
or look for your little post because you're giving away gift cards and gas cards.
Yeah,
and
we'll be starting that up again soon too. So
some keto soup.
Yeah, keto chill.
Carnivore soup.
Carnivore,
Awesome.
baby. Yeah.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you guys.
And,
I appreciate you guys. I'm
looking
excited
forward
to see what you guys are going to do this
right?
year too.
Us
man.
too. Yeah, we're all looking forward for a exceptional 2025 and growth and success. And
2025 is going to be the year of victory.
that's it. It already is.
That's what we're claiming. Yep.
It already is.
Yeah.
Make concrete great again.
That's right.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, make sure if you guys need MGP Coatings, give them a reach out, okay? 805-952-5301 because they can make your concrete great again. We will see you next time. And we want to thank our sponsors, Esquire Wine Travelers Hideaway. Visit Atascadero 805 Customs, North County Junk Removal, the Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borehole and Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Suprema Meat Markets, and of course, Matt over here at MGP Coatings. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Penntek coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.